all over the country, the Michigan Youth Caucus and the University of Michigan College Democrats present a special virtual edition of DemTV with your host, the one and only Dana Cronin.
Tonight's top stories: boycotting the South, the economic recession hits Ann Arbor, and as the ball drops, we look back. Broadcasting live from our home sweet hometowns, this is DemTV. Good evening, I'm Dana Cronin with a special New Year's edition of DemTV, the bi-weekly policy update brought to you by the Michigan Youth Caucus, the University of Michigan College Dems, and College Dems chapters from around the state. Tonight, we bring you reports and commentary from guest hosts across the country. Personally, I'm here in the Myers family art basement. Lindsay's here too. Stick your hand in the frame. Beautiful. And as you can see behind me, there's the beautiful Myers family art village. How cute. Okay, so with that, first we're going to throw it to Nathaniel in Holland, Michigan. So Nathaniel, take it away.
Thanks, Dana. I hope you're enjoying this Michigan winter as much as I am, here in Holland, Michigan. In response to the strong reaction from Southern senators, most notably Alabama Senator Richard Shelby, to the proposed auto industry bailout, Governor Granholm has called for a boycott of products from the state of Alabama. Granholm reportedly said, "We already beat them once in the Civil War, why not bring the pain again?" The boycott is expected to have minimal impact on Alabama's overall economy, but it will greatly hurt the moonshine and roadkill grilling export industries. Now to fellow Dem Ariel K. in New York City.
Thanks, Nathaniel, and good evening, DemTV viewers. I'm coming to you live from New York City with some local news about our continuously failing public education system. In a recent report by the New York Civil Liberties Union, thousands of pregnant teens are currently not enrolled in high school, and officials have been unable to track them. The NYCLU reports that information about support systems for young unwed mothers is sufficiently lacking, preventing many teens from getting the help they need to stay in school. Daily News staff reporter Meredith Kolodner states that these pregnant teens have, quote, slipped through the cracks, which is blatantly false, as they would all most certainly get stuck. Now back to Dana in Kalamazoo for some breaking political news I bet has something to do with puppies.
Thanks, Ariel. And in some non-political news, here's a riddle for you. What measures less than an inch in length, weighs less than 1 ounce, and is no higher than a $50 coin? Give up? Nope, it's not Danny Abosh's manhood. It's the world's smallest hamster. The tiny rodent, aptly named Pee-wee, is a resident of Bower Pet Shop in West Yorkshire, England. At 9 weeks old, Pee-wee is fully grown, but is small enough to fit into a matchbox, and is roughly 1/10 the size of his 6 siblings. Now, what this hamster lacks in size, Pee-wee makes up for in attitude. Mandy, the sassy hamster's pet shop boss, explains Pee-wee's Napoleon complex, saying, "He's a bit bossy with the others. Hamsters, they sleep in a big clump, and he sleeps under everyone else in the warmest spot." Now, that sounds like my kind of hamster. So, with that, we're going to throw it to Zach Martin in beautiful Wisconsin. Slack, you there?
Here in the great state of Wisconsin, troubles, like so many of our state's products, are brewing. In your correspondent's hometown of Janesville, Wisconsin, a GM plant shut down after 85 years of production is putting 4,000 out of work. The benefits laid-off workers were supposed to enjoy to cushion their misfortune have been suspended by the UAW in an attempt to bargain for a government loan. But yeah, Senate Republicans are right. This seems like a one-state issue to me. Over to you, Justin.
Thanks, Zach. The Bush legacy is set to receive yet another blow as a $70 million lawsuit has been filed against CBS by Dan Rather, the former face of CBS Evening News. The lawsuit revives the issue of President Bush's allegedly favorable treatment in the Air National Guard during the Vietnam War. Rather broadcasted a story on the matter 8 weeks before the 2004 presidential election. It generated a great deal of controversy, and Rather was fired by CBS a day after the election. Rather alleges he was fired for political reasons, supporting this claim with evidence such as how CBS chose conservatives like Ann Coulter and Rush Limbaugh for the panel that investigated his report. The good news for President Bush, at least, is that this story will get buried by wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, a slumping economy, health care that has left 47 million uninsured, and a slew of other problems. PR crisis averted. over to Rebecca in Brooklyn, New York.
Thanks. The Detroit Lions finished their season recently with a triumphant 0-16 record, forever solidifying their place in NFL history as the worst team ever. This just goes to show that Detroit really is in it to win it. In news from Ann Arbor, the Michigan Student Assembly has announced that they'll be supporting a boycott of Studio 4 and will not assist in the funding by any student group for an event thrown at the venue. I'm sure this brash statement by MSA will really stick it to the club, already known for their attention to political correctness and social conscience. And after all, MSA truly is known for their effectiveness. Back to you, Dana.
Thanks, Rebecca. Now, 2008 has been an exceptional year for Democrats across the nation. It's also been a great year for DemTV and the U of M College Dems. So, here's a quick look back.
You know, one of my earliest memories is of sitting on my grandfather's shoulders and watching the astronauts come to shore in Hawaii. I remember the cheers and the small flags that people waved, and my grandfather explaining how we Americans could do anything we set our minds to do. That's my idea of America. We stand here as one people, as one nation, proclaiming ourselves to be one America with the capacity to work together to create a better future for each other. You know, there's a moment in the life of every generation when that spirit, yes we can, that spirit has to come through.
Yes we can!
Yes we can!
The choice in this election is not between regions or religions or genders. It is not about rich versus poor, young versus old, and it is certainly not about black versus white. It is about the past versus the future. In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism, or do we participate in a politics of hope?
First of all, thank all you guys for volunteering. I mean, this is what it's about.
Do we look at the American dream as something that's just for us, so long as we can get it? Or do we see it as something that everybody has a right to?
And that's where you come in. And I hope that you'll do it to continue to prove cynics wrong. I hope that you'll do it for another positive news story on CNN on November 5th that shows that our generation is not lazy.
Now, before we go, we'd like to remind you to check out our blog at umishdems.com/blog to discuss the topics you've seen on today's show. Also, you can download our free podcast by typing DemTV into the search bar of iTunes. Now, thanks for tuning in during your holiday. Signing off, this has been Dana Cronin and your distinguished guest hosts. Happy New Year, and as always, go blue and keep it liberal. Hello, Danny Abosh.
Hi, Danny.
It's Dana.
And Lindsay.
I hope you have fun editing this. Come back in. Say hi.
I did.
Hi.
Hi.
This one time, Danny Abosh rickrolled me when I asked him to put a background behind something, and instead he sent me porn.
Yeah, he does that always.
I know. Danny, you're a real bastard. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. How do you make this stop?